Okay guys, in order to take, this is your shift drum selector. In order to replace that, this all got to come off. Now, I want to tell you something about this piece right here. The bolt that holds it in has to be finger tight, and we're going to put some thread locker on it. I'm using white thread locker actually. Naturally, it's giving me problems. We'll do like that then. There we go. Now this has a little circle it's got to fit in. Okay? Hand tight. Now I'm going to show you guys how these how this works. Okay, that's in first right now. That's neutral. That's neutral. Okay. That's first gear, neutral, that's second, third. See, now in order to get up to the higher gears, you're going to be moving. So if you torque this down, it's not going to work. It's going to be too tight because this has a little spring underneath it. If you torque it down, it's not going to be any good. Now I'm going to pause you guys and we'll put this back together. Okay? Very first thing, you put on this great big thick washer. That goes right there. Okay, so that collar comes out. This is the same on each side. That goes in here. This has to go on before this. This guy right here, this is also this is not the same on each side. The one side's a little tapered. It's real hard to see. That has to go in. The tapered side faces the engine. Now we'll put these on. Now as you see what this looks like, you can see this side here where my finger is, how the edges of the gears are different from the other side. This goes out. Now to get this in, or you know what, excuse me, I'm going to probably have to I've had this out so many times I don't even remember yet. Okay, we put this in first. Now let's see if this guy here will go in. Yeah, okay. That's how you do it. This has to go in first, and then this part. Now we'll put this in. Your next gear. This is actually the same. It's the same on both sides. Or actually, it's not. This has an oil groove on that side there. So I would think the oil groove has to go against that gear just to keep it lubricated. I don't really think it would matter. But we'll give it a try. So that goes like that. And then you have a washer that actually says out. So that goes out like that. And then you have your bolt. That's the same on each side. And what I'll do with this, give that a couple taps. That's good enough. Because I'm going to probably take this engine out in the winter and replace the head, so I don't really want to torque those down. Now there's a little pin that's inside here. Make sure that pin's in before you put the bolt on. Now we're going to put our clutch pack in. Okay, that went in real easy. What I have here is I have a hickey to throw all my parts in. Okay, now you have another washer. It goes in here. You have your bolt. Make sure that rim goes out. This is the bolt that you need the special tool on. If I can find it. That's a special tool. And give this about 10 whacks. I'm not going to even hammer. They recommend that you hammer that little rim in. There's like a little groove that you hammer the rim of this bolt in. I'm not going to do that because we'll be taking this out in a few months. But if you guys don't take your engine apart like I do, then that's what you want to do. Next, we'll put our springs in. Okay, now let's put our oil pump in. Got that in. The oil pump is this little gear here. This is the same on each side. The oil pump screws. Now to get these screws out, you're going to need one of these. This is an impact driver. When you take these off and put them on, I give these one whack. And then this little bolt here, you might have to play with it a little bit to get it in. Because the gears move around on the inside a little bit like mine did. See, mine's giving me problems. Okay, like I said, to get that little guy here or there, and you might have to stick in something to push the gear up. Then you push him in. You put the gear in. Put the housing on. And we'll tighten these bolts down. There is torque settings for these guys, but I'm going to just hand tighten these. Okay, now, guess what I did? I forgot that part that goes in. So I have to take that bolt back out to put that part back in. Because the one thing, don't make a mistake, guys, of being in a rush when you do this. If you have to, take breaks. And actually, I didn't even have to just do that. Because what I forgot is that part goes in there. So let's get that back on and we'll proceed. Okay. This goes on with that part facing out. It's one of my biggest problems is I rush myself when I do this, and I wind up forgetting parts. And I'm just now learning, believe it or not, to take breaks when you do this. Now, I don't think I have to tell you guys how you do these, because these crack. These have to be tightened down in a gentle way. Give each bolt 2-3 turns, and then you go to the next one. Because if you tighten one all the way down, this is made out of aluminum, it will break. I actually have 2 of them. And with this also, there's a torque setting. I'm not going to torque it down. Put that in. Push pin in. That little part there, see where the groove is? That goes in that pin. and then you put your cover on, and they're all done. Before you put the cover on, take a good look, make sure you get everything out, make sure you have everything properly installed.